Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. My name is Chris Capper and we are in sunny Fountain, Colorado, just off of exit 128, about a quarter mile west of that. We're at Transwest Truck Trailer RV, and today what I have to show you is a 2023 Newmar Dutch Star 3736. The stock number on this coach is 5N as in November 221557. So I'd like to start this off first and foremost talking about that Transwest Truck Trailer RV at Fountain. We just earned the prestigious Newmar Diamond Service Award. Our service techs, our walkthrough techs, and our salespeople all had to earn a 95% or greater customer satisfaction rating. So about this coach right here, my favorite combination, we have Newmar Dutch Star on a Freightliner chassis. So I'm going to give you some of the specs of the chassis first, because I know you people comment and you want to hear these things. So this is the Cummins 8.9, it's the L9 8.9 liter engine, 450 horsepower. We have 1,250 foot-pounds of torque with this. The front axle on this is a heavy duty 16,000 pounds, and we have 40,000 pound axle back there. Sorry, 24,000 pound axle right there. This has an Allison 3000 6-speed transmission, 100-gallon diesel fuel tank, 10-gallon DEF tank. What's really cool about this is we have the ZF independent front suspension on this right here. We also have these big Michelin X-Line Energy Z. These are the 315 ADRs, 22.5-inch wheels right here, and we have 9-inch Durabrite aluminum alloy. Easy to keep these clean. This is just such a great coach right here. The shocks on this are Sachs custom tuned shocks, which is going to give you just that really great ride, combined with the comfort drive and the Newmar Star foundation that we have. The wheelbase on this is going to be a 242-inch wheelbase that we've got. And as far as warranty go, well, let me tell you, it's got a 5,000-pound trailer towing capacity, but if you don't have a trailer behind it, you actually can tow 10,000 pounds. So, and this also has the brake sync, which we'll get to in a moment. So those are the main specs. The warranty on this is going to be 5 years, 100,000 miles on the chassis, the drivetrain, and the engine. 5 years, 200,000 miles on that 6-speed Allison 3000 transmission. And then 6 months on the corrosion, unlimited bright work, frame rails, and cross members are all going to be 5 years, 100,000 miles. So what I'd like to point out, we have a nice door awning right here. We have the Nova Gerard 2 awnings that come out. You can operate these. These have a wind sensor built into them. You can operate them with a remote, so you can pull them in, put them out easily. If it's raining, you got your little door awning right here. We also have these window awnings. We have one right here, and I have two on the other side. One on the bedroom, we'll see that when we get around there, and one in the living room. These are all electric, so you don't have to worry about pulling them down and hooking them up. Super easy. Everything is very easy and simple with this coach, except for the engineering that went behind it. Really nice grab handle right here. You have keyless entry, so you can just put in your code and get in. You can lock everything, which I'm not going to do right now. I can lock everything from the door to all of my cargo bay doors just by holding that number 1 down. And if you have a guest, they can just push that doorbell and ring it and let you know that they're there. So you can fill your diesel on either side just to make it super easy for you to do that. Very thick insulated doors right here. Everything between my axles are going to be insulated inside this, so the doors are insulated. I've got a lot of insulation right here, and then this is also a heated cargo storage compartment. There's 2 electrical outlets, 110. There's a 12-volt direct current outlet right there. And then if you want to look in here while I'm on this side, what you can see is here are my chassis rails right here. The Newmar Star Foundation, which stands for strong, true, and robust, is right over here. So this goes above the chassis rail, and the coach is built on top of this, goes all the way to the end, comes down, and then we have this truss beam coming down here. And what this does is it translates that weight below the chassis rail to give you a much better drive, lower center point of gravity. It's gonna really hug the road better, hug those turns better, and it is just the absolute best in the industry. So we have optioned in a nice slide tray for you so you can get full access to this compartment. You can see this goes back pretty deep. There's my Oasis hydronic heating system back there. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I've got 4 porcelain tiles. These tiles were made at the same time the interior tiles were made, so they're gonna match perfectly on that. Locking place. Right over here, you have access to the Nova Gerard awning. So let's say you're out here and the wing gets up a little bit, or you just want to go off for a hike, you don't really feel like going back in there, you can actually turn those, put those in or out from right there. And some more electrical outlets here. So huge Samsung 4K TV with a Bose soundbar. So if you want to have family movie night out here and have some of your camp buddies over, you can watch what you want to do. You can have a satellite on this, or you can just stream your TV using what you downloaded, or maybe you install a Starlink satellite on this right here, portable or installed. You have extra electrical outlet out here. There's USB outlets in there, so you can charge your phone, sit them right here. We can have the sound bar focused on what's playing on the TV, or I can actually push this over here and have it playing what's on my dash radio. And I can just be Bluetooth right into that and playing what I've downloaded already. And then this is going to be a metal slam latch lock right here. And with that, I always recommend keeping that locked until you're going to use it. So you'll notice this beautiful paintwork right here. This is BASF paint. This is mixed every day for the environmental conditions of the day. So even when these slides are out, all these lines right here are gonna perfectly line up with that slide. So everything is just beautiful with that. And this is just, you can't feel that, but I'll tell you right now, the same people that are making that King Air, that $1.7 million King Air, the king of the road, are also doing this. They're doing the Star Foundation, the chassis work, they're doing the painting, they're doing the walls, they're doing all of that. All of these are gonna be frameless windows right here. Each window has a frame, is framed inside that, and they have gussets around it. So what that's going to do is it's going to make sure that that window is going to be solid for the life of your coach. So when you're RVing, you got to be a little proactive. This is a great place to store your liquids, your oil, your Oasis hydronic fluid, your radiator fluid, etc. So you can store all that in there. There's a little pegboard in there, so you can put your tools in there. And right behind that is going to be our tank. And so since we're talking about tanks, let me just give you some more of these specs that we got. Like I said, this is the 3736 Dutch Star. She is 37 feet 11 inches long, 13 feet 1 inches high, 7 feet 11 inches wide. The interior height in this is 6 feet 11 inches. The fresh water tank is 105 gallons, 75 gallons gray, 55 gallons black, and we have a 22-gallon propane tank. And that Oasis that I mentioned earlier is a 50K BTU. So more storage area right here. What you'll see up here is going to be our Intervac, or this is the Road Vac by Intervac, and that is your whole house central vacuum system. You can actually hook up these tools right here, inside or out. They will stretch up for the full distance of the coach, all 37 feet 11 inches of it. You can use this inside or outside. So very nice. Here we have a small storage compartment. Now we talked about the heated storage bays. That's going to be everything between the two axles. So this will not be heated right here. You see it's nicely lit, but if you're in freezing temperatures, just keep that into an account when you're storing items in here. We have our 2 AGM chassis batteries right here, our chassis disconnect in there. Everything's super easy to access. So here's our 10K hitch, but you can only put, like I said, 500 pounds of vertical. So if you have a trailer that you're towing, you can only have a 5K total weight trailer on this. This is our 7-way plug here, and we also have, this is going to be our brake sync. So that's going to hook up to what you're towing and take care of that for you. Right here, like I've mentioned to you guys before, there's nothing wrong with having a rear radiator because you don't have a lot of the problems that you did back 10, 20, 30 years ago. But one great benefit of having a side radiator is going to be just all this access that you and your mechanic can get to work on your coach. It's actually going to cost you a little bit less because you don't have to have them remove that radiator here. So we have a light right here. We have your cooling system, engine oil, transmission. You can check all of that right here. Fuel filter, water separator. So all that's super easy to access. Right here in the back, that's going to be the interior access point that we'll see in the bathroom. Looks better in the bathroom. But you see, if you have to change the belts, they're easy to access right here. Just Freightliner Custom Chassis really is doing great work, and you know Cummins is just the best there is out there. So full fiberglass front and rear, and you'll notice how this goes really high up there. I just love how beautiful that is. That's our rear backup camera. It's all in high definition, so super easy to, I mean, it's just beautiful. I was following one of my customers to a campsite just last week. I delivered a 23 Dutch Star to them, and when I was behind that, I was just thinking, what a beautiful coach, man. So we've got a nice little rock guard back here, which is going to help minimize any rocks that might get kicked up onto your tow vehicle. So here's the large side radiator right here. I also failed to mention that we actually upgraded this to the chrome package. So you've got the chrome here and here, and then if you look straight down the coach on both sides, you've got this nice chrome system right here, which typically you see on the high-end luxury coaches. Believe it or not, Newmar doesn't classify this as a luxury coach, but this cost, you just think about a luxury coach, and if you walk in here, you're gonna see it. So we have a 50 amp power cord right here, power cord on a power cord reel. So that just pulls it back in, so you don't have to worry about pulling that in. We have our automatic transfer switch with the surge guard. There's your cable hookup down there on the lower part. And then as this is plugged in, you can shut that door and you don't have to worry about, this helps mitigate critters getting in there. That little exhaust piece right there is for our Oasis. We'll show you that in a minute. So looking at this right here, they've really done a great job. So I've got my hot and cold water shower right here. This is my winterization piece right here. These are very easy to winterize, but if you miss something or make a mistake, that could certainly cost you a lot of money. You can feel free to bring your coach here. Transwest service team, Diamond Award winners from Newmar will happily winterize this for you. We actually use a special winterization fluid that goes to negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And with that, if there's something that we missed, we're gonna fix that for you because we warranty that. So with this, you can easily see your hot and cold low point drains. You can do your tank wrench right here. This is going to have the Thetford Santicon macerator system in that, so I can actually feel the winterization fluid in there. So that is going to just basically, it's kind of like getting a banana smoothie. It just grinds everything up and puts it out in smoothie form. This goes, I think, 20 to 25 feet, and then you can hook up a hose and take that hose a total of 200 feet from the macerator all the way out there. So if you're staying at a friend's house or a family member's house and their septic tank is on the other side of the property, you don't need to worry about that. Just get a hose that you're not going to use for anything else and plug her in and you're good to go. This is your sewer tank rinse. If for some reason that the Thetford Santicon system is not working properly, we also have backed that up with a sewer gravity drain here, so you can keep that. Place for your paper towels, whole house water filter. This is where you hook your water up. That's also on a power cord reel. These are your gray and black tank knife valves that you can pull. And then your water pump is right here, so it's really easy to access everything. Now there is, I believe, another low point drain back there. So if you're wondering why you're filling this up with water after you've had it de-winterized and you see water coming back there, there's a little nozzle back there, or a little piece that you just twist over and that'll turn that off. All right. So everything is nicely labeled. So here's our 50,000 BTU Oasis Chinook. This is a low pressure system. Unlike Aquahot and some others that are out there that are high pressure means more maintenance, more diesel exhaust, and more noise. So of course you have to do your preventive maintenance on anything that you have, but this requires less of it. This also has 2 electric elements in it that for the most of the time, that's all you need. But if you really need to crank up the heat for your water, or you need to crank up the heat for inside because it's really cold outside, you can actually engage that diesel burner for you. So, and you'll see there's that back part of that slide tray. But if you do have something like, if you're like my wife and I, and you like to go paddle boarding, you can, and you have longer paddles, or I like to go whitewater kayaking, you can actually put long paddles in there, fishing poles, any of that stuff. So here are those extra awnings right here. Again, these are all electric, and you'll notice this. Why do we have a camera there? We're not really spying on our neighbors. There's one on each side of this. There's one in the very front. In addition to the Mobileye, there's also one in the rear that I pointed out earlier. These are all high definition cameras, and what this gives you is that 360-degree mock-up to where when you're pulling into something, it is so easy to see everything around you. It's probably the only way my wife can parallel park her car is with that system on her car. So if you have it on your car, you're already familiar with that. So check this out. We have a battery bank right here. These are all AGM batteries. There's 8 of them in there, 100 amp hours each. So 800 amp hours on this. In addition to a Cummins Onan 8 kilowatt generator, 100-gallon fuel tank. You could take this off grid for quite a while and not have to worry about it. 105-gallon water tank. So dual fuel, like I mentioned before. And this is the exhaust for your Cummins generator. And you'll notice these are all the electrics for your, or a lot of the electric fuses and stuff for your chassis. So between each one of these fuses, I think they added this in 2018, there's a little LED in there. So if that LED is glowing bright red, guess what? You got a fuse to change. It makes it really easy. Everything is nicely labeled. You get some spare fuses here. A couple things I always make sure that I take with me besides the fluid and the tools. I will also take an extra water pump, and I'll also bring a bag of fuses. So side view cameras right here, heated chromed bus style mirrors. Absolutely massive front windshield on this right here. See that up there, we have that high def camera, which is for that 360 system. This is your Mobileye, and what that's going to do is give you a lot of, it's going to give you your adaptive cruise control. That's going to give you your emergency braking. So if somebody brake checks you, or let's say a kid pulls out in front of you, that's going to provide up to 50% braking power to you, which is going to be faster than you can respond. And it's going to take care of that, help mitigate that problem. So as we're going in here, we've got a nice little screen door right there, super easy. And we have little storage right here. A lot of people put their shoes in here. There's this one, and then there's also a deeper one right here. And you notice as I'm walking up here, this chrome package that is nice all the way up and down here. It's up here, and it's also on these steps. So it just brings that whole thing together. I'm gonna let Nick just walk in a little bit. I'm gonna shut this front door and turn that generator on. So while you're looking there, just look to see at how easy it is to walk up and down this, and it's easy to access anything that you need to access. So you can get into the bathroom, use that. You can get into the refrigerator, the freezer. You can actually prepare a sandwich pretty easily. So it's really easy to get in and out of this, whether you're drive-in or you're parked. If you're stuck at a place in a parking lot, you can actually access that bed. So now I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna put these slides out. So putting this slide out first, but what I really wanna focus on is gonna be this next slide. So if you wanna come up here, Nick, I'm gonna stop this for a second. And looking up at this corner as I'm putting the slide out, it's got all those nice pieces into it. When we're bringing that in, I should have had you do this first before I put it out. Sorry, Nick. There's actually a locking mechanism that's in there. Now, if we want to look at this one, so you see this arm, I'm actually going to stop it for a second and bring it back. So you see all these pieces right here. This is a self-locking arm. So as these are coming in, you'll see each one of those just lock that into place. And when that's in all the way, that's going nowhere. And let me show you just how strong this is. That's not moving. So let's go ahead and put this out. Sorry. And you'll notice, so Newmar invented this HWH slide mechanism with more floor. And if you look down here, or with HWH, if you look down on the floor, you'll notice something. Hey, there's no carpet. And once that gets out all the way, and we're almost there, it's like an elevator. Gets out all the way, and then it seamlessly, well, I guess there is a seam, but it just joins so easily with that floor. So what does that mean for you? Well, you don't have to worry about carpet. It's a lot easier to sweep and mop, a lot easier to get up stains off of a porcelain floor like this. Now you might ask me, why is Newmar the only one that has this? Well, it's because Newmar is an innovator, and they always have been. They invented the first slide mechanism in 1987. It was on the first fifth wheel product in 89, on the first motorhome in 94. They came out with this, I think it was in 2015 or 2016, that they put in the more floor slide. These porcelain tiles are heavy, so having those on there, the only way to do this is to have a hydraulic slide. We went with HWH, which is the best in the industry on that, to make sure that it's going to last you a long time, and it is going to just be super easy to clean. So let's go in the back and come forward here. So I'm just going to walk in the back. I got one more slide mechanism to put out here. And while we're doing that, I guess I'll just show you this. So this is the Newmar. It's kind of the brains of this operation here outside of the chassis. So this is our home page. Shows me where my house and my chassis batteries are right now. I have my water pump. I can top off or autofill without having to make any changes outside, as long as that lever's in the right place. I can turn all my lights on right here, and the light place. I can go to any particular room, outdoors, living room, kitchen, bath, and I can independently control these from here. Moving on to our generator. It's currently running right now. I can set up my AGS system for the HVAC. I can set it up for if there's a low battery load. I can set my quiet hours right here. I have floor heating in here. I have 3 different zones, not 1, 2, but 3. So all this right here is covered, not on the slide, but even in the back of the coach and that bathroom, that's going to be covered as well. Fans, I've got 3 exhaust fans in here, obviously 1 in each bathroom, the stool room and the bathroom, and then we have 1 in the kitchen as well to just take that extra smoke or whatever when you're cooking, this flavors out of there. My living room and bedroom right here, 2 separate air conditioners so that I can control. I have auto heat pump, so they have a heat pump, furnace, which is going to be my Oasis system. I can turn it on a fan and I can just have it on off. So we're just going to keep that on cool. I'm going to put that on auto right there, and then same thing on this one. We have all the same controls on that. So you can Bluetooth this directly to your phone. I just helped one of my customers do this last week. Bluetoothed it to her on her Apple, downloaded it on the Apple App Store. It was very easy to do. Any of the controls that you can see in here, you can access that through your phone. So really innovative system. So let's walk to the bathroom. Now remember, we're on a 37-foot 11-inch coach. So, and it's a bath and a half. Newmar has done a really good job at making sure everything fits in, giving you a ton of storage. So if you look here, we have an emergency egress door. Should unlock that. And right behind this is going to be a little telescoping ladder. So if you have to get out of here quickly, you can just pop this open, drop that ladder, and get out. For the most part, you're just going to use this to go ahead and kind of put all your bathroom and bedroom stuff in. You know, your husband or wife can kind of give it to you, and then you can distribute it. It's a little easier than sometimes walking through the whole coach. Right here, if you're sitting down on the toilet, you can actually turn your fantastic fan on, high, medium, or low right here. I can access my ceiling lights here. I can turn my water pump on here. I already have the aquamizer. I'll show you that in a moment. And then my floor heat back here. So if you don't have the app or your phone with you, you can access your floor heat here. You can also do it in the bedroom and up front too. So this Dometic is pretty cool. So I can actually just wave my hand in front of that and it will flush. Does help. You always want to remove that little cover piece right here, and then you just push that to add the water. Oh, I did it again. So all this is heated if you have your heated floor on. And then here we've actually put in a nice Splendide stackable washer and dryer. So you can adjust what you want right here. You can change your temp settings, pre-wash. Nice big, I mean, you can fit, as far as RVs go, you can get a lot of stuff in there. And this right here, all this nice woodwork right here is done in the factory. I've met the people that do this. They're just really amazing. If you're sitting in here and you're getting ready to take a shower, right? I don't care about having my shades closed, but I'll tell you who does, my wife. So when that happens, she's going to make sure that these MCD blinds are shut all the way down. And you probably recognize MCD as being one of the top blind manufacturers out there for RVs. So that's what Newmar's putting in here. So on this accordion countertop, you have right above that this massive medicine cabinet, carpeted GFCI outlet right here. So with that, you can have your hair dryer, your curling iron, or whatever it is that you want to have. You can have it plugged in there, keep it out of the way, so you keep a nice clear countertop right here. And this really kind of just beautiful sink right here. Close that drain just like that, hot and cold here. And then down here we have a ton of storage space. So we have some storage space down here. We have these drawers. This drawer opens pretty far. Soft closed drawers across the board. Now check out this engineering. We have this nice radial shower feature here. This is not going to hit that because of the Newmar engineers who created this to not allow that to hit this piece right here. And inside this massive closet space right here, we have a safe, so you can put your valuables in that. You can put some crates or some other things in there. Your shoes can go in there. So a lot of storage space in there for you. And then we even have an additional drawer here. So now I'm in this radial shower. I've got the help assist bar right here. I have the rain shower head. This right here is good to get all the Fremunda bits. And this right here is our aqua view. So with this, and I'm not going to mess with this because I don't want any winterization fluid to fall on me, but I can put this in recirc mode right here. And it is in recirc mode. So what that's going to do is going to take the water, either it's from your city water connection or from your fresh water tank, and it's going to run that through the Oasis 50,000 BTU system, heat that up. You'll know it's hot when this turns red. So when this light turns red, that is ready to go. So you just push this away from you because it's not heating what's in here. And then you just push that over and it's going to start flowing out here. This right here is your control to go from here or there. So you can have just one of them on or you can have both of them on. And then here we have this nice teak seat. If you don't need a teak seat, just put that out of the way. And also look at this, just nice tile in this. Newmar's done a really great job. When it's time to drive to the campsite or back home, you just want to make sure this is shut and clicked all the way, and you're going to be good to go. So, all of these doors, by the way, you have a nice mirror so you can see yourself on every different angle. But this is a heavy door. That's all, that's real wood in there, nice and heavy. Moving into the bedroom. If that massive closet wasn't enough, I give you two more. What's probably going to happen is my wife gets the closet, my wife gets that wardrobe there, and then I get this. That's kind of how it works. I think that's a universal thing. So here we have these nice deep drawers right here, soft close. And then here we have our audio-visual connection, so you can hook up to a Blu-ray, DVD, a satellite if you get one. You can also hook up to a streaming device. Again, all that nice drawers, doors, all this nice woodwork. Check this fascia out. We have this ambient lighting LEDs right behind here, so you're not getting these bright lights. So at night, if you just want to kind of relax or set a romantic atmosphere, you can just have those on. It looks really cool. And there's additional speakers in here too, so you can be playing your nice music that you like. Little storage space on each side. You'll have some storage space. And inside there, you not only do you have two electrical outlets, or one electrical outlet with two plug-ins, you also have USB cords that you can plug that in as well. You can bring these cords directly out here so you can sit your phone here and you don't have to keep these open. We have a GFCI, two outlets in here. So if you both have to have a CPAP or BiPAP machine, you can hook two of them up there. They're access ports that go through here, down here, and you can hook them up and have a nice, comfortable night's sleep. You have two windows on the side here. We have another window over here. And this is what the RV industry says you have to have this, you can't get away from it. But this is what the typical egress point is for an RV. And man, I'm 52 years old. I don't know if I'm supposed to go out that head first or feet first, but no matter what, I'm probably gonna break a hip. So that's why Newmar just incorporated that egress door to help you get in and or out if there is an emergency. You'll notice right here, that's that window awning, right, that we talked about. So, and then I'm gonna just reach right over here and I'm gonna pop that up. So those are really good if the sun is coming in and it's a little bright, you can put that down and it just takes some of that brightness off. But it's super easy to access with this button right here, and that just goes right up. And you'll notice in the bedroom, the bathroom, the storeroom, everywhere we have this really nice Corian with this nice bevel. There's some little glittery pieces in there to make it look nice. And I'll show you the curtains in a second. So again, I'll let you just back up a little bit there, Nick. So this right here, you have your friends over, they don't need to be seeing all your stuff, right? Unless you want to show it off, but maybe you didn't feel like making the bed that day. So with this right here, this shuts, and then you got, that's just full wood right there. So these are not light doors. And that's locked into place. I push this piece down right here and that unlocks it, and then I can push it back in there and you'll hear it lock when it's in all the way. There you go. So that is ready for travel. So over here, you have your slide out doors. So the old drawers would just slide out, right? These don't come out. So why is that, you might ask? Well, this is a unique drawer. You push this in and then it pulls out. So if you're driving and you hit like a pothole really bad, you don't have to worry about this flying out and everything that you have stored in here coming out and landing on the floor. Fully finished, nice wood here. And then, and while you're camping, it's gonna be easy to access that. And you have this nice ambient lighting that's directed towards the back, be able to get everything. Kind of overlooked that we have a massive 4K Samsung TV right there. Sorry I overlooked that. And here we have our Whirlpool refrigerator and freezer. So ice maker down here, we have two different sections. Storage here, easy to access that. Multiple drawers, so I've got 3 different drawers in here. Now we have a whole house water filter, but you always want to go kind of with a medium one, and that's great for your shower, that's great for your dishes, sinks and all that. But for your ice and for your water, it's a lot better to have a higher level. We're not as worried about having all the pressure on this, so we can actually have a really good, I think I have the same one at my house. You just plug that in there, you change it every 3 to 6 months depending on how much you use it. Hopefully you're using it a lot. And I think these are like 30, I don't remember how much they are. I'm not supposed to talk about prices. You also have all these trays in here. These are fully adjustable door areas, so if you have something bigger, you can adjust these up or down. Remember we talked about that whole house intervac, road vac system? Well, if you're not using it and you just have a broom, because I don't necessarily need to get those tools out every time, I just hit that up and I can just sweep everything nicely in there. It's lit so I can see it, and then I just close that down. I don't even have to get down. And this right here, if you want to get a good vacuuming, you just put the tool in there, and then you could go all the way to the front to the back. Here's our storeroom. You notice the center hinge right here, which allows you to get in very easily when all the slides are closed. So I'm gonna show you something real quick and then I'll get to the bathroom settings. So here we have all of our 110 circuit breakers right here. Everything is perfectly labeled. If my microwave doesn't seem to be working, I can look here and say, oh, that's tripped. So I can fix that. On this side here, I'll get down. So these are your fuses up there. Everything is nicely labeled. So if your HVAC controls don't seem to be working, we just look at F16. Now I have a 7.5 amp fuse, and I can swap that out with one of the spare fuses in here and fix that pretty easily. Again, I've got down here, I've got the shades, so if I don't want anyone seeing me, I can just do that. For the most part, they're just going to see the back of your head. And then we also have one of those nice jalousie style windows to let some air in. And we have a fantastic fan up there. Here are the controls for the fan, high, medium, or low. So, and then I have controls for my light switches here. Storage here, storage here. Little hand towel place here. Try not to activate this toilet. More storage here. I've got storage under here, and then I also have, I don't know if you can see that, but a little corner storage there with another GFCI outlet right down there. So again, another place that you can put in your electric shavers, curling irons, whatnot. There we go. So this is our kitchen area, obviously, and we have a ton of storage. Slide out tray, as if this wasn't luxurious enough. We have our entire, all the warranty, the books and all that comes with the coach. There's some more of it in here. But for the most part, you don't really need that because Newmar partnered with Google many years ago, and they have something called Noogle, and you'll set yourself up an account with that. You'll put your VIN number in there, and it will show you all of the electronic versions of your manuals, and even how-tos, frequently asked questions, stuff like that. So more storage here. Got kind of a nice little spot here. When I look at that, I think, man, that's a perfect place for my spices. So that's where I'd put them. Now my wife might not think it's so perfect just because I'm a little taller, I can access things easier. So check this out. Look at that. It's got that kind of that gunmetal, that bronze looking look to it. You can fill up that entire sink or just part of it to that level there. Super easy to access any of your dishes with that. Very modern element right here. This comes out, flow and spray. And then under here, we have our 2-burner true induction cooktop. And you'll notice as I'm putting these down, I have a cutting board here. And on this true induction cooktop to our left, this will, first of all, induction is it's the most efficient way to cook. It will bring a pot of water to boiling faster than any other cooking mechanism out there. So with that, you can set the timer on this. You can set the exact temperature that you want to cook at. So a lot of like professional cooks, you can look at Chris Young on YouTube. They're using induction cooktops. They're setting the exact temperature. It is really amazing. These also come out. So if you'd like to cook outside, you can just bring this outside, plug it into any of the multitude of outlets that we have out there and utilize it that way. And we have this really nice designer piece right here that's lit, looks really nice. But one of the reasons that we have this here is just going to minimize any cooking grease or spray or anything to get on the couch right there. Lots of drawers. So I've got 3 of them identical to that. I've got 2 drawers this size, again, soft close. And then I have our big drawer right here. And in this, which is kind of the same size as that one, it just has a bigger piece. So all of our remotes right here, this paint was made the same day that your coach got painted. This is made in the same batch. So if you ever run out of that, you can also order it because there's a place in here on one of these drawers that has the actual paint numbers. That should also be in your manual, and it might even be on Noogle. Moving over here, so underneath that queen bed are about 22 inches in total, two 11-inch or so leaves that go in there, and also two folding chairs that match the decor of your coach. So you can have 4 or 5 people sitting here. With that, we also have pull-out drawers right here, so you can store additional under both of these right here. And here's what I want to show you. This is really neat. Well, let me finish this first. Lots of storage here. And this goes all the way across. They have it multiple angles. European hinges. It's going to keep it in there. It's got a nice strong pull to it. Carpeted, minimize noise while you're traveling, minimize moving around. Beautiful valances right here. And what's behind those valances? Well, let's check it out. So this is my MCD remote. I can just change the channel on this right here. All my day shades, push them down, and all my day shades are going down in the coach. Now how cool is that? I didn't even have to get up. I want my night shades down. I'll go to all my night shades and I'll pop those down. Because you know what time it is? I think it's time to watch some TV. So as I'm sitting here, I can turn that TV up. That TV starts coming up right there. In the Navy, I'm a Navy guy. We call that our starboard side, but that's a camp side or the passenger side. So we have a 4K, massive 4K Samsung television right there. And I can watch that. Right above that, we have a Bose soundbar. You can have if you get a satellite, you can have your satellite hook up in here. Your satellite, whether it's a Dish Wally or a DirecTV, you can hook up a Blu-ray. You can plug in a streaming device into here as well and watch what you want. Lots of storage space here. Now, I mentioned this in a previous video, but I'll mention this here as well. Some people have complained, like, why is this here? Why is this 4 or so inches taken out of my storage area? And the reason is because Newmar wants to make sure that this slide is not gonna do what other manufacturers' slides have done, and there have been recalls on them. They don't want that slide to warp down because these are heavy slides. So this is a steel reinforcing beam behind that to maintain the longevity of your coach and the quality of your coach. So I would certainly sacrifice 4 inches there, 4 inches here to be able to make sure my coach is going to last that 6-month period. So right here we have our 2 reclining theater seats right here. Very comfortable. And if you look, I've got stainless steel cup holders. This is where I had that remote. This is a little sliding tray. And this right back there, it's easy to put your blankets, if you want blankets on this right here, or whatever you want to store down here. Additional storage area up here. We have a little bit of extra storage right here. And then behind both of these seats. So let's come up to the front here and talk a little bit about this Freightliner system. So again, we have the independent front suspension on this right here. This is a fully I can telescope this and tilt. So up, down, put this exactly where I want to put it. Start her up. Now this is our OptiView dash. So there's a few really important things I want to cover. Try to get this done in the next 5 or 10 minutes. So we've got the Mobileye. We talked about that. It's got the adaptive cruise control. It's got the emergency avoidance collision monitoring in there. This also has the electronic stability control. So if it feels like the coach is losing control, it will maneuver the brakes, the braking system to be able to get you that control back. It also has anti-roll capabilities to where if it feels like you're getting ready to tip or roll over, it will also do what it can to mitigate that disaster from happening. So that's all going to be in the Drive Tech features right there and the Road Watch that we talked about a little bit earlier. Looking at this, if I go to the home screen, I have my gauges right here. I can look at additional gauges, transmission temp, turbo boost, oil pressure, coolant temp. So I can just scroll through these, and you can actually customize your screen to have what you want on that. So moving down, steering effort. This is where that comfort drive comes into play here. So I can set that, right now it's set to maximum, and I can change that to where I want that to be. And that just makes it so much easier to steer, trust me on that. And I would love for you to come out here and check to see and set you up with a test drive on this. So you can see what your fuel economy is. This is your Mobileye. I can set my warning distance. I would never put this in near. I'm in a very heavy coach. I would set that to far. What that's going to do, if when I'm in adaptive cruise control, it's going to give me the maximum amount of space between me and the vehicle in front of me. Intelligent high beams, I love these. So these are enabled right here. If you're in a dark area, there's no cars coming in or right in front of you, you have that enabled. It'll automatically brighten up everything in front of you, helping you not hit that deer. Lane departure warning. It's going to give you haptic feedback. So it's not going to give you those annoying beep, 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 beep that everybody hates. So for new drivers, I would always set that in high sensitivity. What you're going to feel is you're going to feel the seat vibrating. If you're a seasoned driver, set that in low sensitivity. It kind of keeps you awake. And then speed limit, indicator, and alert. You should really never be speeding in a coach. So I'll set a 10-mile-an-hour alert just in case I get a little bit distracted. It'll let me know. So that is all of our Mobileye alerts right here. The Road Watch, that's our cruise control. So it shows you I'm using basically the safest. That's the longest distance here. That's what's checked. So that's what we set previously. And tire pressure, so this shows low right here. So this shows me all my tire pressure right here. And so it shows me that this one's a little bit low. The reality is that's probably about right. But what you want to do is once you get your coach, fill it up with your fuel, fill it up with your water, and fill it up with all of your stuff. And then at that point, go take it to a weigh station, make sure all 4 wheels are weighed. And then you can call me or you can look online, and you will reset these right here to change where those ratings are. And then that will tell you what the appropriate PSI should be. You're definitely not going to be using it at 124. It's going to ride bad, and it's not as good for your tires. So trip indicators, you have diagnostics and whatnot. And what I want to kind of end this on, well, we have the 360 camera right here. So I can set the 360 camera up. And what that's going to do when I have that running, it's going to show you kind of that God's eye view. So it's going to make it hard to run into anything because you're going to be able to see everything out there. So the last thing I wanted to show you, you get your Dutch Star brand specialist 800 numbers here. There's the new parts for all the parts here, and then the Freightliner Custom Chassis 1-800-FTL help. So you can actually download this onto your phone. You can just click that right there, and you can call them directly. I push that, it starts a call, right? Email, etc. If I don't understand, let's say what my maintenance is, it's going to tell me when my next maintenance is due and what is due on it. What are all the tasks that are going to be coming up even after that? So I'm in the green zone right now for the fake coach that I have in here. But here's a really cool thing. If I look at the quick guides, this is my maintenance dash lights. If I don't know, if I have a dash light on here, like I have the low tire pressure warning on there, it's gonna, but I don't know what that means. I can actually look on here and find where that is. let's say, what is this symbol? Well, that's my diesel particulate filter, and I'll tell you what that is. So Freightliner really does have, there's 450 service centers, there's 90 Oasis centers, which are specific for RVs. They really have some of the best support out there in the industry. When you match a Newmar Dutch Star 3736 with a Freightliner chassis, with Transwest of Fountain, a Diamond Award dealer, you're setting yourself up for success. So thank you so much for joining me today out in Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Fountain, Colorado, off of exit 125 on I-25, or exit 128 on I-25. We're about a quarter mile west. You can reach me at 813-333-2988 or Chris, CHRIS.Capper, KAPPER at transwest.com. Thank you again for joining me. Have a great day.